Hello world, this is Shiraj. Welcome to this channel. This is the next video in the playlist of Moodle LMS training for teachers. We discussed how we can enroll students into the course in our last video. In this video, we are going to discuss how we can add an assignment. So let's get started. I'm going to open the web browser. I already logged in. I'm going to add an assignment in this information and communication technology course. So we click here to open the course page. And here we have the course page. Now I'm going to add an assignment. Adding assignments kind of activity. In Moodle, if you want to add an activity or resource, you have to turn on editing. To turn on editing, here you have to come to the gear icon, our actions menu, and you can click on this gear icon and you can see the second command as usual, turn editing on. Then you will get the course page to add an activity or resource. Here I'm going to add an assignment on this lecture week 7. So we'll move to lecture week 7 and here we have lecture week 7. Here I'm going to add an assignment. So to add an assignment, here we have to come add an activity or resource. We'll click here to add an assignment. Now we can get this dialog box, add an activity or resource. In our earlier videos, we discussed complete resources except this IMS content package. Now we are coming to this activities. The first activities we have assignment. So I'm going to click on this option assignment. Here we can get the brief description and we can click on this add button. Once you click the add button, you will get this page adding a new assignment to lecture week 7. So here we have general assignment name. Here you can give the name of your assignment. So I'm going to type assignment 1. The next one we have description. Here you can tell about your assignment or you can type the question here or else you can have your questions in a separate file. So here we have the additional file. Here you can drag and drop your assignment. Then the students can download and they can see. Here I'm going to have important information about this particular assignment. I'm going to press Alt tab. Here I have a Word file. Then I have some details and I'm going to select and copy this data. Then I'm going to press Alt tab. Then I'm going to press Control V. And here we have the information. Like that we can copy and paste or we can type here. Now once you complete this, and we can come to the next part. Here we have the checkbox display description on the course page. If we want to display this description on the course page, we can check in here. So I want to display this description in the course page, so we will check in here and we'll move to the next one. Here you can drag and drop the assignment file. So we'll press Alt tab and I can show you the assignment. Here we have the assignment. Then the students can download this file. If I drag and drop there, then what I'm going to do, I'm going to press Alt tab here. Then already I have the folder here, lecture 7 and assignment 1 folder. I'm going to click on this restore on button and small this folder and let's keep aside and drag and drop this assignment 1. That's fine. Now let's move to the next one, availability. The first one we have under the availability is allow submission from. Here we can entertain the assignment from a particular date. So here we can give a specific date. From that particular date the students can submit the assignment. So here I'm going to give the date 20th and you can give the time as well. I'm going to give 8 and I'm going to type 30 to reach 8:30, then we can make it enable. The next one is due date. If any student submit the assignment after this due date, those assignment will be treated as late submission. So we can set up the due date. I'm going to give 27 and May 2020, then we'll give 16 and tap E, then 30, 16:30. It means 4:30 p.m. Then we can make it enable. The next one we have cutoff date. Then the cutoff date is, if you set up this cutoff date, the students cannot submit the assignment after this particular cutoff date. So here we have due date. If we give this due date, still the students can submit the assignment, but the assignment will be treated as late submission. So I'm going to enable this cutoff date. So we'll check in here then we will set up a date. So we will make it as uh, 30th May and 2020. Then the time we will give, let's say 12:30. Fine, that's fine. The next one is remind me to grade by. So once the students complete the assignment or submitted the assignment, we can get the reminder from Moodle. So I'm going to set up a date. I'm going to set up the date 5th of June 2020. Then we will give the time 9 o'clock. Then from 9 o'clock, I can get the notification from the Moodle to mark or to grade the assignment submitted by the students. Then here we have the checkbox always shows description. So this will be shown in the description. The next group of setting is submission type. Here we can have file submission and online text, or we can have both. Here I want to accept the file submission. Students have to do the works in a Word file and Excel file. Then they want to submit. Then I can check this file submission. The next one is maximum number of uploaded files. Here you can set the file limit a particular student can submit. So I feel 2 files is more than enough to submit a particular students, or we can give 3. So some students can answer the questions in a separate Microsoft Excel file. So we will accept 3 files maximum. The next setting is maximum submission size. So here we can limit the size of the files. So I'm going to limit as 5 MB. Then we'll move to the next one. The next one is accepted file types. Here you can give the specific file types. For example, if you are entertaining any specific files, then you can specify the file extension or file types. That's all, and we will move to the next group of settings. The next settings we want to do is grade. So we will click here to expand the settings. The first one we have grade and type. Then here we have to give whether you are going to give a point or marks, or whether you are going to give a scale. Here I'm going to give marks, so I'm going to select this point. Then we can decide the maximum grade. So I'm going to give the maximum 5 marks for this particular assignment. The next one is grading method, simple direct grading. So let's leave as it is. The next one is grade category. Here we have the combo. If I click on this combo, I can see all the grade categories that you have created in the gradebook setup. So that is what I said. Creating or set up a gradebook is very important here. So here I can tell to this Moodle, I'm going to give this assignment for the assessment one purpose. So I'm going to check in this A1. So this particular assignment will be treated as assessment 1. So we can switch to A2 as well. So here we will prefer A1, the first assignment. So if any student submit the assignment, so there will be entertained marks under this assessment 1. Then the next one we have grade to pass. If you want to have any grade to pass, for example 2.5 or 2, then we can give that. So I don't want to give any marks to pass, so let's leave as it is. The next one is blind marking, so I don't want to do any changes here. And hide grade identity from students, so we don't need to do any changes here. So those are the major settings that we want to do in adding assignment. So after completing all settings, here we have the button save and return to course. So here we will click here to save and return to our course page. That's fine. Now we are in the lecture week 7. Then we can see the assignment. Here we can see the details. So I already typed these details in the Word file. Then I copied and paste, or else we can directly you can type in the description text box. Here we have subject and task and submission from and submission deadline and submission type file submission. Like that I gave the details. Then you can customize your assignment details. Then the students can see this assignment. Then they can submit. Then we can see how students are submitting this assignment. Here I'm in the different course page, statistical analysis for management, to explain the assignment further. I gave an assignment to the students to work out in the lecture week 9. Here we have the assignment 1 individual. Now let's see how the students have submitted their assignment. To see that, Here we have the assignment 1 individual link. I'm going to click here. Here we can see assignment 1 individual. Here we have the detail, and here we have the file that I have included using the drag and drop method on this particular date. And here we have the grading summary. Hidden from students, no. Participants, total 14, and submitted 13. Needs grading 30. Then the due date is given here, Wednesday 29th of April 2020, 11:55 p.m. That's fine. Now here we have view all submission and grade. So if I want to view the submission, we can click on this button to view the submission. And here we have the list of students data and the grade. In the grade we can see the grade. Here you can see the status. This particular students no submission still, and here this particular students submitted for grading. So we can click this grade button to see the information. Then here is loading. The right side you can see the zip file is uploaded by this particular students, and you can click to download and we can get the file. Then we can do the marking. We click here to go back. That's fine. Now here we have the navigation bar. I'm going to click on this home to go back to my home page. That's all I want to discuss in this video. In our next video, we'll discuss more interesting steps. Thank you very much, guys. We'll meet in the next video.